I should put music in the background. Okay. Okay. We are live. Another Tuesday. Okay. I'm gonna wait for people to. Let's see, let's see. Hi!
Hi, Sonia. How you doing?
Welcome, welcome. How are you today?
Doing awesome. Thank you so much for having me over.
Oh my goodness, I'm so happy today. It's funding day and my day is keeps getting better and better and better.
That's the attitude. That's the attitude. That's awesome.
Oh my goodness. How was your weekend before, I'm letting people log in so they can actually come and talk to us.
Sure, absolutely. So, no, weekend was great. Just went to Punta Cana with my wife. She had like a conference over there, so we went from Thursday till Sunday. Then we had a friend's baby shower on Sunday, so we had a lot of activities during the
That's
weekend.
awesome, especially in Punta Cana. You know that I
Yep.
never been to Punta Cana yet?
Really? You're pretty close.
I I am. It is in my bucket list. I think that 2025 it is, if not next year, but definitely is there. I can't wait. I see all my friends traveling to Punta Cana, and I have a lot of clients, friends, from there. So I'm going. I'm going soon.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Perfect.
So, so I'm super excited. First of all, how is that is the end of the month and it's crazy in this business. How's the past 48 hours has been for you? Because I'm pulling my hair right now.
Well, I would say it's been weird. I mean, August has been, just regular August, and just the end of the week, and then just yesterday we closed two deals right away. A high cap solutions. We closed two deals right away, 125K and a 10K deal. So yeah,
Oh,
this week, I wasn't expecting just yesterday morning two deals, boom, 135K. So
I love those. Quick and easy. I'm doing a lot of renewals right now, but I was prepared. July was super quiet, but every year in the past 10 years, I can see the numbers. And July for both of our companies, Latin and Sharp, is usually relaxing. It's like here and there, obviously not zero, but it's not. I actually work a lot from home the July month, coming to the office for a little bit, see some clients, but it's always the downside. But this month is rock and roll. You can see it in my face. I'm super happy. I'm already setting up for next month, and holy cow, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So,
awesome, awesome.
okay.
It's very good to know.
So let's talk about you. Come on, introduce yourself. Let us know a little bit about you, and we can go from there.
Sure, absolutely. So, well, I've been in the MCA space for like, I would say 7 years approximately. Started off as a closer working for a big broker shop. I think it's the first broker shop here down in the DR, Dominican Republic. Their name is One Park. I started as a closer, so there was another department that used to do the chasing, front end part of the process, and then my job was kind of like as soon as I get the offers, I used to call the merchants and pitch the deal. That was my main job. Only pitching deals. I didn't do like cold calling, anything like that. I only used to pitch deals. It was pretty interesting, helping business owners get their capital they need. Also make them understand why MCA is the best go-to option for them as of right now, and what's kind of like keeping them from getting other type of financing solutions, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty interesting. I love the industry, and then the pandemic hit, 2020, right? Um, most the company laid down like 90% of all the sales closers, right?
Yeah.
Um, then later on during the year, around September that year, then they kind of like rehire all of us. Then industry was kind of coming back up, right? It was pretty hard. There was also a lot of SBAs being done back then, and but yes, after that, I started working. I was still until up until 2022, 2023. I was still a closer, and then I started working for Forward Financing. So
Okay.
then that was very interesting. So that's when I started working directly in the lender funder side of things, right? Which is very different, right?
I was just about to ask you. It's a big difference from closer to the other side of the business, but it's good for you. So okay, tell us about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So it was pretty interesting. Started working on the lender side of things, forward financing. I really appreciate they gave me that opportunity. They trained me to kind of like to better understand their guidelines because that's pretty much the main thing that you need to know when you're working with a funder. You need to understand their box. You need to
Yeah.
understand what requirements, minimum requirements for funding, and minimum requirements to also kind of like bring an ISO in as a partner, right? Forward is
Yeah.
very conservative when it comes to kind of like bring a broker in
They do
into
have an amazing, everybody talks amazing about them, a really
mhm,
good, the name
reputation.
itself. Yeah. And that means a lot to me, a lot to everybody. You said something really important, training. I noticed that by the talks and the talks that are everybody talks to each other in this industry. This is a really good thing because not a lot of companies out there they make the time to train. The new, we come from, back in the day, but the newbies right now, they're really aggressive. I don't think that they train. Most of the companies, they don't train at all.
Mhm.
They just pick up and, they do their own thing. Uh, it's kind of a big difference. I'm glad
You're
that you
right.
have the backup and, training just to do it the right way.
That's why I feel very grateful about
Yeah.
Forward because I know most funders out there they don't have the time to invest
Yeah.
in kind of like getting you trained and understand their box and also give you industry training, which I already had because I had experience in the industry in the
Yeah.
broker side of things. But I feel very grateful that they actually gave me that opportunity and trained me to be an ISO manager, ISO rep, which is my position as of right now. But yes, that's what I did with them for a while. Um, I made a lot of connections, made a lot of relationship with brokers out there. Um, so it was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting. I think they also hired me because I knew since I used to be in the broker side of things, I can emphasize. I can kind of like be empathetic with what my brokers are going through, trying to fund a deal because I used to be a broker in the past, right?
So you
So
understand, yeah, you understand the back end and the front. Yeah, that makes a
I
big difference.
I understand the frustration. I understand the hassle. I understand that we need to close things fast because the
Yeah,
merchant wants the money. I understand all of that, right?
yeah.
So and so I understand the pro and cons. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Loved it. Loved the experience. And well, Velocity hit me up for we connected through LinkedIn, and yeah, we had pretty a lot of things in common with where I wanted to be in the future. I love that since Forward is a very big organization,
Yeah.
you didn't. In Velocity, I kind of like have the access to learn directly from the CEO, from
Wow.
Jay, great guy over there, have access directly to him. And yeah, I believe I decided to make the change or make the switch and part ways amicably just to kind
Yeah.
of like keep growing in a different type of funder, right? So,
That
and
says a
yes,
lot. That says a lot about you talking, highly and leaving that door behind, but in a good way, and continue your journey. What do you see yourself, doing? Obviously, with Velocity. I wanted to ask you because obviously we both speak Spanish, and I'm always looking for the opportunity to help the Latino community. I mean, we help every single business. We treat them the same way, but I'm always looking for. Getting the opportunities to do better in our industry towards the Latino community. What Velocity has right now, tell us about the programs And what do you do extra for the Latino community? If you know, I'm pretty sure you do, but tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So first things first, well, and here as an ISO manager, I'm the only Latino ISO manager
Woo woo! There you
in
go.
Velocity,
It should be
right?
more, but you know,
You
representing
know,
is amazing. Yeah.
our CFO is also Latino, but he's one of the C level executives. And the ISO manager type of position here in Velocity, I'm the only Latino guy. So I started bringing Latino shops. I actually have a shop that has an office here in the DR down in Santiago, like 2 hours away from the capital. And I go to visit them all the time, at least once a month, kind of like to better understand their operations, connect with them, have lunch with them. And with the owner, with their executives, with the supervisors, speak to their reps, kind of like understand what their pains and gains are. Give them suggestions on how to close more deals, how to bring more renewals in, which is very very important. Um, and yeah, so here Velocity internally, something that we do as a company, not only myself, is that we have Spanish speakers here. Like I know you were kind of like heading into a roadblock with some of the funders in the last live
I did
the
talk about it,
that I
and I
joined.
got a lot of, you know, a lot of mixed, you know, people talking to me about it, you know, and it was my frustration got the best of me. I usually keep it quiet, but we in a time that, you know, all the, you know, it doesn't matter about your background, about your language, you know, if they run the business, run it well, pay their taxes, pay their debts, regardless about their, you know, their language, we should cater every single one of them. At least have somebody in the lending side speaking their language. I'm not
Yep.
asking for much. I'm not asking, hey, listen, you know, when I started with the bit, you know, doing this, and it's over 10 years ago, I remember the first lender who, and I always gonna speak highly about all the lenders. I didn't mention the name. A lot of you asked me, and I was like, hey, listen, let me keep it, you know, like this, giving them the option to come back to me and say, hey, listen, we have somebody who can speak Spanish. They lost a really good deal. It doesn't have to
Hmm.
be like 300,000, 20,000. It doesn't matter. It was a good
That's a good
solid
merchant,
deal that I've
good
been
merchant,
giving.
right?
Yes, no, absolutely. And you know, it was such a shame listening to them saying, and what bothered me the most is like continuation. Oh yes, don't take it personal. I love Puerto Ricans. I love Latino. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't tell me that, because that's the last thing. Fix it. Get somebody in your, you know, in your company to speak Spanish to my clients, and then
Exactly.
we will have a long lasting relationship.
Exactly.
They do, you know, they are reaching out. Hey, listen, send me some deals, non-stop. And that happened last week. And I was like, I did reply yesterday, and I said, hey, did you hire somebody who speaks Spanish? And they didn't respond. So, you know, I'm not going to continue with that. But thank you for watching that video.